Oh, alright, who's here, guys? Here we go for the third live. Who have we got? 4 people in just now. Oh, I've got my top chat on. Hold on. I put it to. Give me 2 seconds. How do we do this? Might need to get Charlene up quickly for this one. What have we done? Alright, we've got Lauren Cronash, Char's obviously in the house. Got Chainsaw, how he's doing. Made it for all 3. That's quality. I like to see that. So the first thing I have to do just now, like I've messed up my thing. I put it to live chat. I've got top chat, and if Charlene can hear me, she can maybe come and save me because I can't get this altered. There's Big Glory Greg locked up in the Michelin Club. That's good. So what has the guys been doing? What cars is out? I don't know if you've seen my Rift video today. I had this out and this little sexy little lady. That's been a lot of fun. It came up top chat now. Yeah. Oh, I have to do cover the screen, guys. Sorry. Back in a second. I put it to live chat, but it says. Not the best start, but that's what it is. I hide something. Is that there? Yeah, that's a live chat. There we go. They've got Blue, XVX, Jason, Hawkin. How you doing? Obviously, Gordon's here, but big LG isn't. Right. So today, I see the first topic there. I've got a few things I want to talk about. One of the ones is the new kyosho USA 1. I've really got a thing for that. It's an old I'll get back at the glasses are shining there. It's like an old re-release a kyosho monster truck. So there's a new one out that I'm really interested in, and I want to talk about that in a bit. But Sergeant J made a very good point there about unnecessary upgrades. And there is a lot of them. In this hobby, there's a lot of expense, a lot of money. So even simple things like we'll start here with batteries. I don't know, probably a lot of you guys have used these Gens Ace. So this is a 5,500 milliamp, so a 4S LiPo, this one. I've had it for about a year or so. It's playing up. One of the cells is losing power and it's getting close to going in the bin now. I've tried to revive it a few times, but it's getting worse. And I think it was about £80 UK, whereas this one here was the same price or just a bit less. It's a 7,600 milliamps, so it's almost not quite twice, but it's a lot more power lasting. It's 100C instead of 50, and I've had 0 issues. So that's a brand, I don't know if you guys use them, I'm not affiliated or anything, but Centro, that just proves that a cheap unheard of brand isn't necessarily worse than a big, huge brand like Gens Ace. So, Sergeant J, my man. So we've got, did you see Icon's pictures of? No, I didn't see Icon's pictures yet. I've not watched too many videos this weekend. I watched Coach D's one with the Typhon TLR. That looks pretty cool. His video on the wee track he had. What better setup than the track that I've made just now? That was a nice video to watch. But yeah, just been busy this weekend, to be honest. I had the cars out. I was up earlier this morning for the boxing, watched that and went back to bed. So obviously you guys in America, you have got nice and easy. So you can watch at a normal time. You have to get up at like 3-4 in the morning, watch that, half asleep, go back to bed and try and catch up on some sleep. Saw the Coach D also. Yeah, that was a good video of that, him and True Boys. Well, Tessa, I'm not too convinced on the TLR, but it actually did look a good handling car on the track. It looked nice and stable. I don't know how to compare it to like my Team Crowley Radix. That's a good handling car, but it didn't look too bad, to be fair. Let's see what else we got. So then you watched the video of the Rift today, then you seen that yet? This thing's an absolute monster. Still not fully cleaned, but it's definitely cleaner than it was in the video if you watch that. So it's with a little bit of a brush up, needs to get some WD-40 around it, clean it up and stuff. But that was a lot of fun today. Really loving this car. Yeah, a gimmick. Yeah, I think that too, Sergeant J, because I don't know if, I'm not going to say I'm the first or take any credit, but I was really getting fed up of Horizon because you had your lot of cars, you had like your, obviously you've got your Kraton, you've got your Typhon, you've got basically all the, getting covered in the mud off that car again, all the sort of standard cars, and they bring out the EXBs, and they're making parts tougher to me that didn't need to be tougher. Like, I've never broke, for example, a tower brace on any of my sort of armours I've had other things, so they're strengthening that up. They're adding all these extra parts on them that aren't necessarily going to be stronger. It's just gimmicky. The TLR, yeah, it's got a couple of chrome shiny bits, and to be fair, as a fanny pink, I do like the colour style, but there's nothing about that car that makes me think go buy it over a normal RTR. As with a lot of brands with the RTR stuff, I mean, it should be made good enough to begin with that you don't need to spend extra money buying something that's, he feels like, basically if you buy the RTR, you feel you're buying like a bottom range model, which you shouldn't be for the price of these things. You cleaned the mess. Yeah, I mean, I maybe had this in the shower with me. Pretty weird, but I cleaned it outside, and what I've done is I soaked it up in the shower, and I was in the shower and killed two birds with one stone. So yeah, I love RC that much that I actually take it in the shower with me. Yeah, DB Pro. Yeah, what's going on with the DB Pro then? You had that out today? You're too nice for him. That's probably true, guys. That's probably true. It's the same as the TL. So it's basically the same car. Is that what we're getting at here? Lauren with a TLR and the DB Pro, is it the same chassis, pretty much in general? Char's laughing faces there. except the steering, yeah. So it's more or less the same thing, right? That's interesting to know, because I've kind of been going off my armours, to be honest, as a big previous fan, because of the way Horizon are with just all these variations of models. It's just really, it's not doing a lot for me just now. It just feels like rehashing old cars to get more money out of them a lot of the time. C-Hub versus pivot ball, right? Okay, I see what you're meaning by that. Let's see what else we've got here. A lot of chat going on here. I can see it better this time as well, guys, because these specs are all scratched up, but it's a lot easier than the bloody I get in my contacts sometimes. Last time I was really struggling to see what you were saying. But yeah, hub all day for sure, yeah. So has anybody here got the TLR then? Has any of you guys got that? If so, how would you compare it actually owning it to a normal Typhon, for example? Yeah, there are more added brake it areas. That's right. Yeah, but a lot of the cars, well, even in general, with braking, is a lot of these cars have kind of got to be driven how they're designed for. Like for example, this Rift here, I've seen videos of people sending these like 20 foot in the air and wondering why they've broke a back arm and things like that on it. Whereas it's like a scale sort of, basically a rock bouncer, so you can do little jumps and stuff, but it's not designed for rocketing off of ramps and things like that. It's just a complete opposite sort of way to do. Let's see what else I've got going on. Yeah, when they're done right, they're highly effective. Yeah, it's just that's the thing with all the cars is building them right is key. So basically, things like the laser nut, for example, I've had with obviously like undersized drivetrain and things, you get a lot of issues. So yeah, building the cars right is really what needs to be done. Quality control seems to be a real thing, and a lot of the designs are just take this, put a different body on it, sell the same car pretty much. So just because you've got a body, if you put like a monster truck body on this, doesn't mean it's a pure basher and things like that. So yeah, just watch these tactics emulsion shock video because I did it all wrong. So moving on to the what do you guys think of this new re-release of the kyosho USA one? That's a car that I'm really tempted to get. Has anybody got one, and is it something you've been looking at as well? So I'm not a nitro guy, but I've seen they've got the nitro one and the 3-speed, and I watched the video. It just the sound was like putting a big smile on my face. You want the nitro version too, yeah. It's got the chain drive on it as well. But I also noticed the electric version. It's got a 4S system, but it's actually got twin motor mounts in it. So the motor's on, I think, the right hand side, and there's a space on the left hand side for another motor. So you can actually do a twin motor setup in that too. So the electric one looks like it could be a good option as well. But yeah, that is a car that's really on my list. It just got the old school sort of late 80s, early 90s sort of vibe to it, and I really like it. Don't know if it looks like a sort of Silverado as well. It's just got a nice clean look to that car. It was really been watching a lot of videos on it, and I've all been putting a smile on my face. To be fair, is it released at the end of this month or is it already out? I'm actually not too sure. I'm sure here in the UK it's not out quite yet. I think it's at the end of the month. I'm sure. Just now. 2 seconds, guys. We sort something out here. There we go. Let's see. Sorry for the delay there. I'm just kind of trying to catch up with what's on the screen there. Just make sure I don't missed anything. But yeah, that kyosho is what we've got there. Sorry, you had the Fox. It's the same platform, but it'll be a fun truck. Yeah, they are built for a small time bag. Yeah, it's not a send it car. To be fair, if I got one, it's probably just going to be on the beach and stuff. Plus, it's got like the spotlights on the top of it. So as soon as you flip that, they're probably going to break. It's just kind of just like a little nostalgic sort of car. Just reminds you of your childhood, sort of just classic monster truck look. It's really, really nice. Also, the tyres on it, I think obviously it's bigger scale because I've got the Kyosho Mad Van, if you just remember seeing that. I think sure Sergeant J's got a 4S Mad Van as well. His was a monster. Mine's 3S and that was crazy, but he's got the 4S system, or he did have the 4S system in it. But the tyres on it, they're also a bit smaller, but they seem to have the exact same tread as on the USA one as well. But you can open up with a 3-speed, yeah. That's what I like about the nitro one is I'm not a nitro guy. They're a lot more hassle than they're worth. We all know that. I mean, fine when they work, but there's nothing worse when you go out. At least you can take an electric car. You've got the battery. You push a button, and it goes. But the nitro, initially it'll be fine, but over time you've got a lot of maintenance. Make sure everything pistons are oiled up and everything. But when you hear the 3-speed singing when it's changing gear, it's like it's just like that's just a grin factor. You don't need to jump, you don't need to anything. It's just hearing that little engine sing is what it's all about. So I think if I get one, it's going to be my first nitro since for years and years. To be honest with you, I think that nitro's the way to go with a car that you don't want to do big sends. I think I'm cool with nitro in short bursts. Other than that. Yeah, short burst of nitro. It's not a car. It's not a car I think you'd want to take out all the time for sure. But yeah, it is one that just even sitting on the shelf like I've got with my DR10, just having it sitting there, it's just a lovely looking machine. There's that, and also another car that I've been. I don't know. I'm into sort of the Japanese stuff just now. Obviously, you got the Tamiya. I've got this CC01 like off-road chassis. It's not a great crawler. It's nothing special, but they've brought out a CC02 and they've got a Land Rover Defender 90 body size. So obviously, I've got the TRX4. That's the 110. I'm sure a lot of you guys have got the TRX4 as well. But because I've actually got an actual real Land Rover Defender 90, I was really wanting to do like maybe not even to take out, maybe another shelf clean or just drive along sort of gravel paths, not do anything insane with it. But I was thinking about trying to make an exact replica in my own Land Rover. So I think it's under £200 you can get the whole lot for UK, which in dollars is probably somewhere sort of I think dollars and pounds there's not too much more to it. But yeah, I was thinking about trying to do that and get like for like as close as I can to my real one, so I could have basically the big one and the little one on the shelf. So that's something else I'd like to do. I suggest you give it at least one go. Try something simple like kyosho nitro tracker. Yeah, I think having a nitro in your collection is definitely something to have. Um, just the noise and the sound. What's that? We've got like blue XVX RC. I've not had a nitro in about 10 years. Tempted to go back. Yeah, that's the tuning and stuff as well. Well, do you like me to see that as well, Shar? Well, for you guys that don't know, my birthday's middle of next week, so Shar, CCO2, CCO2. Yeah, Nitro. It seems to have died out, but I don't know because you've got. I think HPI have got the Savage X. They've got the X Flux, which will be the brushless, but they've brought out a new Nitro of that as well. So Nitro seems to be having a little revival just now. Either that or I've just not been paying enough attention and they've still been coming out. But it's 2 or 3 new models of Nitros that I've seen recently that I've not really been hearing much about for the last little while. Wax on, wax off. Daniel, son. That's the thing. You guys been watching Cobra Kai. That's been bringing back some childhood memories too. I think now the older I'm getting, like I've been listening to like loads of 80s music into my 80s car. Hi Dazza, how you doing, my man? Looking at old 80s cars, 80s RCs, and even the toys I had like Transformers and Turtles and things like that. As the older you get, you more appreciate not just the new fancy stuff like these things. Is like going back and just remembering your childhood. It's just it puts a big grin on the face for sure. That is one thing that I really would like to say. Which I don't know if this will be, but is the screen okay for you guys? Is that bright enough? How's the picture looking? We've got 12 people in here as well, actually. Notice that. Thanks a lot, guys. If you're in as well, please leave us a wee thumbs up as well. I'd appreciate that. That'd be good if you could do that. Be good. That's what I like to hear, Jason. Nice, oh man. So, yeah, just loads and stuff going on with RCs just now. The time of year, also as well, we can see and hear you as well. That's good. You're in my face. Sure, are you Mrs. Big Papa Paul? Yeah, she's Mrs. Big Papa Paul. Might stop calling her Shar now, so I might just call her Mrs. Big Papa Paul. Like, I want this coffee filled up here. Mrs. Big Papa Paul. You know what I mean? I can do that maybe. Don't know if I'll get away with it. It's a bit pixely, but bearable. I don't know if that's lighting or something like that. I'm not too sure if more lights make it. Is that making it better or worse or just the same? How we looking there? I'll do it. Once this is finished, I'll do it, and you'll probably see a fist coming across the screen. You're the fortunate one. Lucky lady, I mean, look at this guy. So what cars you guys had out this weekend then? Like you say, I've had the video with the Rift and I've had my Kronos XTR out, which surprisingly was crazy fun because I've done an oval track and basically it wasn't even that big. It was, if you've seen the video, it's not a huge track, but I was actually only running the car on 3S and it was more than enough power for the track I was using it on. And the slides and the drifts and like putting 2 or 3 corners into one, getting little Scandinavian flick drifts in, that car handles like an absolute dream. That was so much fun. I can't describe it. And getting all the camera on it and stuff, really happy with how that video came out. The only thing it could have been better is if it was a nicer day weather-wise, but that's the thing with RC is wherever you live, you don't always get scorching sun, perfect conditions. You just make the most of what you've got and have as much fun as you can. Like I did in all the mud today, that was a lot of fun too. Need a light behind me. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm planning on, the way I'm working it just now is I've got the sort of ring light on my camera, which is kind of really blasting on my specs there, so you can probably see what I can see on that. And I've got a lamp at the side as well as my light. But what I think I'm going to have to do is get, like you say, a light at the back, a nice sort of LED light or something to brighten the picture up. But because it's only my 3rd live chat, so we'll get there eventually. It's just first one was in the shed. For you guys that watched that one, that was quite surprised everybody stayed and I watched back because the picture was really grainy. The camera wasn't even as good as this one is. So yeah, it's just a sort of ongoing development of what we're doing here. So the idea is I'm not trying to be, I don't want to come on a live chat to look like a professional, like have big titles coming up and looking all fancy. I'm just a guy, like everybody here in the chat, loves the hobby. It's my favourite thing to do in my spare time. The only thing I want to do. Got barbecue in the house there as well. How you doing, my man? Yeah, so like I just want to talk to you guys about the hobby, share it, just get more involved. It's not about big production at all for me. It's just about purely having fun and sharing what I enjoy. That's the way I think the hobby should be, because I think some people get into not even just RC on YouTube, but just general YouTube stuff because they think it's going to make them loads of money and a big career. But realistically, if you're not having fun doing something, what's the point? I mean, I have fun with these every week, even before I started even thinking about a YouTube channel, and just sharing it's extra good. But the production levels we'll get as good as we can, but we're not aiming for to be the top, the best, or anything like that. Let's see what else we've got going on. I'm going to build just the sun's in your bed while you watch. After I shower for a coffee here and trying to top this big Poppa Paul mug up, I might be building a new bed too when I shout Mrs. Big Poppa Paul, see how it works out. So Sergeant J was on about the upgrade parts are necessary. So I'll use this car as an example. You get Vitavon diff cases. The silliest thing I've seen for this car is the Vitavon metal plate you get for here. I mean, like, what's that going to do? That's like £30 or £40 UK for a little bit of metal that's going to do nothing. So what do you guys think is the most wasted time aftermarket part that people buy? I see the things like shocks, tyres, motors, even like aluminium mounts for your like servos and things are worth it. But some parts are really unnecessary. So what would you say is the most unnecessary upgrades I've ever seen? Let's say that shout works out for you. I double dare you. Got the box open. Master back again. Nice to see you here again, my man. I do a lot of people doing machined aluminium wheels. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of machined aluminium wheels at all, because to me, plastic wheels is lighter, it's less strain on the drivetrain. Where you got big heavy wheels, you're putting more strain through the shafts, into the diff, into the centre diff, and more weight in an RC isn't more better. The only time it's probably beneficial, in my opinion, is if you've got a rock crawler. So if you've got something like a TRX4, you want to brass it up and keep it heavy, keep it planted, but you're moving slow, you're not putting excessive force through the diffs, through the drive shafts, and everything like that. Because one upgrade that you say, for example, I'm going to upgrade these wheels for metal, I'm going to put different tyres on it a lot heavier, you think you've made an upgrade. But for that upgrade to work right, you've then got to upgrade your steering servo, potentially get a different servo saver, potentially get different drive shafts, and it all escalates to just something you thought would be a little improvement is going to have a negative effect on your car until you start spending even more money on all the other parts. Then before you know it, you're just like in a big deep pit of what you're spending on a car, and it just gets silly. You could almost have another RC car for what you've done to one. I generally try and keep a lot of my cars, if you watch my videos, you'll probably see that. There's not too many of them that I've got that are super modified. And it's not because I can't afford to or I don't want to. It's just purely because making them heavier isn't worth it. I mean, the only thing I would get, for example, with this, if you've got, what's it called, the axial bomber instead of the Rift, that's got things like a plastic steering link there, so I would be changing that and things. But some of the upgrades are really not essential. What else we got going on here? People are, on the Super Bahari and the UDR, The UDR is a very fragile car to start adding more and more weight to. My UDR's in pieces just now, it keeps on seizing diffs and stuff. So I've really got to strip that down, and over the winter I'm going to get that one fixed up. It's a lovely car when it goes, but it doesn't go very often, to be fair. You get out, the diff doesn't matter what I've got, there's a locked diff anyway, so you can't put oil on the back, but everything heats up on it, it gets really hot, and it's not the best, so I'm going to have to do a lot of work on mine. Has anybody here got the Super Bahari? That is a car, as much as I'm not going to buy another Lossie in my lifetime because of the laser nut, I have got to admit it's a really nice car. I've seen a lot of people talking about the back of it with the frame here in the back of the Super Bahari. Obviously it hangs, it's got the tyres, it bends and flexes, and people get a bit of problems with that. But I think that's purely down to like driving the car how you shouldn't really be driving it with big jumps and things like that. I think that's more a sort of flat scale car, the exact same as the UDR really should be. How's that bed going then, Lauren? What stage are you at now? What's happening with my laser nut? I'll tell you exactly what's happening with my laser nut, my man. It's just slowly disintegrated to nothing. I've just been taking parts off it for other cars. I was going to fix it up, and realistically, I looked at it and I thought, I can fix it up. What I have to invest in it to fix it up. I've already tried 2 diffs on it. They've went constantly. Realistically, I probably up the drivetrain. I took the actual laser nut motor and ESCs in this. I've just decided to cut my losses with it and just use bits off it. That car will never be back on my channel again. And it's a sad thing because it's such a lovely looking car. I've still got the body and everything's all pristine. So eventually I might do a custom build with something else, like get another chassis and try and build something to make a new car. But the laser nut as it was it's never going to run again, my one, to be fair. Yeah, aluminium arms. Yeah, you don't want that. That's another thing that you don't want to have either, because if you're bashing and you've got your arms, I'd rather break an arm than break a shock mount, potentially bend a chassis. You need flexible parts in a car. So yeah, aluminium arms, I'm totally not for that myself. You almost bought one then all the troubles I had. Yeah, well, you'll notice as well, Jason, with the laser nut, I was one of the first people to get one. Well, I'm not saying one of the first people, that's a big statement to make, but I think I was one of the first people who started putting videos of them on YouTube, especially a lot of videos. And at the time, there was lots and lots of laser nut videos. But if you watch any YouTube channels now, you'll barely ever see a laser nut. It's just one of the cars that's just disappeared because everybody's had the same problems. I think they've shelved them and they've just kind of got fed up with them. Unless you're buying all the basically rebuilding the car from scratch, you're only keeping it for that lovely body. That's the only thing that car's really got going for it. Whereas the DB Pro, which is pretty much the same car, I think that's just a better thing again with wheels because it's smaller wheels, a lighter car. Because the laser nut is surprisingly heavy for what it is. It's for being a 10 scale car, it's probably heavier than like my Kronos XTR, Arma Outcasts and things like that. It's a really, really heavy car for running on a 3.4S system. Our RC Guy Garage has a good one, but I think that was only good for so long, it seems. Yeah, he had one as well. I think he did have a bit of problems with it, but I don't know. I think at the start as well, I think there was a couple of batches, so it seemed like the very first batch seemed to have more issues than, for example, the second. And I thought with shimming diffs and things would help that out, but I never. And it was just a car that I loved it for looks, but just all the hassle was frustrating because I mean, you buy these, especially brand new, like you get a car new, you expect it's going to break. Every RC car breaks as much as you use it, but you want to get a bit of time out of it, not 2 or 3 runs, then diffs are going, then something else is going, then shocks are leaking or whatever. It's just disgusting when you're paying so much money to buy it initially. So I do really feel better about that car. Yeah, it's definitely in my bad books. I see it with Paul with a few things. What we seen with Paul? Expensive hobby. Yeah. Yeah, the FTX DR8, that's a very good car. It looks very similar to the Laser Nut. I've never personally owned one, but guys I know, like, I don't know if he's watching or if he'll be on later, but Gaz FPV, he swears by that car. I think he's got 2 of them. There's a few other guys, and I've watched other people who I don't even know. They've been doing huge bash sends with it. It's been taking tumbles, and it seems to be a really, really tough car, that FTX. So, yeah, that's one that I probably wouldn't buy myself because I've only got a reason why I wouldn't buy it. There's only so many cars I think you can start having in your collection without sort of replacing some. But I think it would be too close to this for me to justify having it. So it's a good car, but yeah, I wish I got it instead of the Laser Nut for sure. But FTX, when you think of cars, if somebody said to you, right, what would you buy? A Lossy or an FTX? You expect quality for Lossy, but since Horizon's really got a big hold on all these companies, the quality's not any better. Because there's cars coming out, like, for example, the Quantum Maverick R, the sort of little mini looking infraction thing. That's probably just going to be as good as, like, for example, a Traxxas, Fortec or whatever, things like that. Not as big a brand, but giving these little brands a chance, they have got some good products, and they've probably got more to risk by bringing out a big sort of advertised bad product. So if they bring that out and it's a disaster, that's going to damage them a lot. Whereas Horizon, if they bring out this, which are a few diff issues, for example, they've got so many companies and stuff, they don't care. They'll just churn more and more models out. The little companies have got to get it right. That's where I would say Habeo or Habao or however you say it, that's a very underrated company. Their products, you don't see many aftermarket parts for them. And I think that's purely because you don't need them. The product's so good. Like my little Hyper GT, I've had it over 100 mile an hour. I've had it for rally setups, little jumps, not jumps like jumps, but like this off the ground or so, just like the little rally tracks. Never broke a thing. It's a great car. It's actually one that I'm going to take out probably in my next video. I've got to do a little bit of work to it. Nothing's broken. I just want to go and service it, check all the bearings and things. I want to take it to that little track that I made. I would maybe rearrange a track more like a figure 8 or something. I'm going to try and get a little rallycross sort of thing going on there. So that'll hopefully work out fairly soon. I don't think Gaz is here, Shar. I think you're on your own, so maybe I'll not get picked on as much at this session. Check what else would. I took some notes as well for things here, just so I could, literally go on about a few things here. So, another car, speaking of the nitros and stuff, that was the one. What do you think of the new HPI Savage X? That's got a nitro and a sort of brushless version as well, the same as the Kyosho USA one. That looks a pretty cool car too. I stopped using carbon splitters on my Limitless. Yeah, carbon splitters, there's no need. Just get the basic ones, especially in UK roads and things like that. Just they're hitting the ground all the time. When I had the Limitless and I had the Fracture, I had the two of them at the one time. I never ever bothered getting a carbon one at all on them. There was no point. With the Fracture, I generally run it with the splitter off, purely because you're drifting and it's going on more rougher surfaces. I didn't really need it. But the Limitless, yeah, it's a lot of money. That's why I don't really want a Limitless anymore, because the car, as good as it is and as fast as it is, they're fragile, and the roads here in the UK especially, they're so bad for bringing RCs on. Yeah, the Savage XL, it does look a beast, for sure. Yeah, the USA 1 barbecue, you interested in that as well? Oh, Mrs. Big Poppa Paul brought me a coffee without actually helping me shout for it. Wow. Yeah, do you think HPI will start making a comeback like they used to be? You think they'll be a sort of one of the big contending brands again? Do you think that'll happen? I don't even know how they sort of almost went bust or what happened to them, but HPI did have a lot of good cars at one time. I think for me though, between the Savage XL and the USA 1, personally it's going to be the USA 1. I just think it's just a lovely car. And I've had a lot of luck with Kyosho. I've got the Phaser MK2 Hellcat. That's a really good little car. Never had any problems. You think definitely on the way back, Blue X, I'll just call you Blue because it's easier than saying the XVX, Blue RC. Yeah, I think they are on the way. It's good to see that, because the more brands we've got, the more competition, the better the quality everything has to be to keep on top or get on top. And yeah, hopefully it'll keep the prices going down, because they are going up and up and up and up and up. Prices of RC is really getting annoying just now. I'd like the brushless Savage X and the USA 1 Nitro and the Rovan. I've never been a fan of the Rovan, to be honest with you, my man. I don't know, to me maybe it isn't cheap, but it looks like it's going to be problematic for me, the Rovans. With a build, I've had what was the one I had? It was very similar to a Rovan. I can't even remember the make. It was basically like a very compatible to Rovan sort of 36cc petrol car I had, and that was problems all the time. Off the bed early start. Keep the vids coming. Thanks, my man. Appreciate that. And thanks for stopping by too. As with everybody else, as always, still blows my mind that you want to sit and listen to me talk, because not very many people do. You have the RS4 brushless. Yeah, that is a nice car. That's one that I would put on my list that would like to have as well, to be fair. I've watched a few videos on them. Very nice car. Yeah, I'm glad that barbecue are coming back as well, because I just want more and more brands and more options. That's what we really need. It seemed to be too much Traxxas, then it was too much Horizon, and just having more options out there is what you want. Yeah, the market is stupid price-wise. I really can't disagree with that. Yeah, you've got to keep your collection diverse, because we can't have too many of the same cars. That's why I've got, like say, I've got Rock Bouncer, I've Crawlers and rock bouncers are a little bit different. Obviously, the only real road car I've got right now, I've got rid of my Limitless and Fractions, a DR10 Dragstar. But this is more, I love that thing more than you'll ever know. It's not even one of my dear cars. I just really, really love it. It's so much fun to drive, and I want to sort of doing it up over time, get the parachute kit and things on it. Yeah, I love that. I've got obviously the big Kraton 8S. It's good to have a big sort of 5th scale size car. Couple of 8 scales like my Corrali Radix, got the Hyper GT rally car. But yeah, I wouldn't have the point of having too many of the same kind of things. Because even with bashers, I don't know how you guys find the luck with bashers, but you're breaking them all the time. It's an absolute nightmare. So even maintaining having 6 or 7 bashing cars only is going to be really expensive. So things like this, yeah, there's a little bit of diff issue you shim in, but you're going slow. Chances of big breakages are pretty low. Drag car, UK roads aren't very good. I've got a big car park that I can use, get my 132 feet, stop, get a little buzz out of that. It's quite addictive. The Heritage Ford GT, yeah, that's pure RC porn, yeah. But even like that, it's the same as like my little Kyosho Phaser Hellcat. Like the little 10 scale road cars, they're a lot of fun because you don't need the big areas. And to me, going flat out, yeah, it's cool, but driving and handling was what all RC's about to me. Like this can run on 4S, I'll run it on 3S all the time. Obviously, it could be more powerful, but I like to have handling a lot more than I do outright power. That's why I like my Kronos XTR as well. That's generally that and the Radix will run more on 4S than 6. Okay, you can go a lot faster on 6, but you can go a lot faster on a corner when you can put the power down with 4 or 3S. So yeah, it depends what you're doing. One thing about crawling, once built right, yeah, they are pretty bulletproof. The only issues I've really had with any crawler is Swedish guy, how you doing, my man? I tried to yeah, that's exactly what I was saying there. Avoid Horizon's got too much of a monopoly in the market, and yet it doesn't benefit the consumer. I actually totally agree with that. I mean, that's why, to be fair, when it comes to bashers now, I don't know how many of you guys have got them, but I really love my Team Corrales. I think they're coming at a good price point, and I've had a lot of luck. Fair enough, with my Kronos XTR, I had the little pivot ball issue, easy fix, and the car's been great since. But yeah, there's lots of different brands that I would rather use than Horizon these days. Yeah, Corrali Punisher, yeah, they're nice. The Punisher is actually very similar to the Kronos XTR. I think it's more the body that's a bit different, but yeah, you always supported Corrali. Yeah, that's good to see that, because that brand to me are just top notch. I mean, I really, even to work on them, everything seems like well thought out. So basically, getting into your diffs, getting into your ESC box, everything's nicely worked out, and little silly things. Because when I do stuff like, if I'm working on, say, for example, like my real Land Rover or my car or whatever I'm doing, it's like I like having things done right. So the fact they've got like all the little washers and they've got little touches and things, it's just a nice built car and reasonable price point as well. So yeah, that's one that I like. The Kyosho as well, and like I said, Habao or Habeo or however you say it, I think they're really good cars. The Corrali Punisher is nice. I think the Jambo out of all the Corralis that I've not got would be the one that I would really like, just because it's a short wheelbase, and I think that'd be a flipping monster. Grimjer, how you doing? Is anybody else here got Corralis, for example? Obviously, me and the Swedish guy, we've got Corralis. Has anybody else got a Team Corrali here? Yeah, Maverick road car as well. That's one, the Quantum R. I think that's when we were talking about one earlier. That's a good car. The Punisher's on your... Yeah, the Punisher just looks mean. That body is, I think, out of all the bashers on the market, it's just the best looking body. It's just got like a Mad Maxy sort of like 70s, 80s sort of just mean car look to it. And yeah, I really do like that one. They've actually got a very good selection just now. I hope they start really getting up and up as well on the brand. So, like I say, keeping Horizon, not having the whole thing is a big thing that I'd like to see personally. I've got 12 people still in just now. I think this, speaking back, we'll move on to Crowley in a minute, but so I've seen that there as well. This, is it the Skeeter? Is that what it's called? I've seen it, a little clips here on a couple of channels. It looks like a sort of 4S, like a Traxxas Max style thing. That would be interesting as well. But I'd like to see somebody else bring out another rock bouncer too. That's something I'd like to see, because I think this is the only one on the market that I know of is the Axial Rift. Yes, is it the Skater or Skeeter? Yeah, that's. You still love the Infraction, Char? Yeah, the Infraction, that was a groundbreaking car. I think we said that in the last episode when it came out. There was nothing like it with the smoke in the tyres and things. But then again, it's the only thing that I didn't like about the Infraction, other than the electronics, because Horizon, I don't know how you guys on the channel watching just now feel, but I feel Horizon's electronics are terrible. The Spectrum stuff, I don't know what it is, but I've had a lot of bad luck with it. So I had a lot of bad luck with electrics with that, but the Infraction with tyres is terrible. I mean, it's great getting them smoking up, but they're so expensive to buy that you can only burn them out so many times before it starts getting ridiculous. So if I'd kept it, I'd have put GRPs on mine. Skeeter slang for a mosquito. Don't know what this skeeter means though. Let's see what else we've got going on. Just have a look at this phone quickly. Yeah, that was something else I put in my little notes I had there. Is why isn't there more RC rally cars? Why have we not got more 10th and 8th scale rally cars that are really good? I mean, that's something I'd like to see Crowley bring out, Habeo or MD, like just a really like replica looking rally car, just like quite scale and just bigger size than the little sort of Tamaya or Tamia or however it's. I'm really bad at knowing how names are pronounced. You'll probably get that. Habeo, Habao, Tamia, Skeeter, Skater. I'm not very good at figuring out the names of things, guys. Horizon is not even honest about their KV using buggy rotors in their truggies. Yeah. Well, that's one thing I've noticed as well with their 2050 kV motors. And for example, my Corrali 2050 kVs, the Corrali ones, you stick them in any car, they're faster. I don't know what they've got going on there. Even in the actual standard Hobbywing Max 8s that I've got, for some reason it feels a faster motor. I don't know what kind of wizardry they've got there. We haven't really got places to run them, and that's why Arma went 7 scale with their on-road cars. Yeah. Getting places to run on-road cars isn't easy at all. Arma has a rally car in the works, but it keeps on getting pushed back. See, I think you've got, there's the HPI rally car, the sort of Ken Boxdale one. What was the name of it? I think, was it Poppa or I can't remember, somebody mentioned it, or was it Lauren? Somebody mentioned it there in the chat, that they've got the rally car, but I mean, more like that. Like you've got like Colin McRae, who's some Scottish legend, British legend, Richard Burns, English legend. You've got Tommy Mackinnon, obviously, like is he Swedish, I think, and you've got all these guys, but just get something really similar to like the old school early 2000s rally cars, late 90s, or even you've got like your Group B, like you had the Metro 6R4, you had the Peugeot 205, you had the Renault 5 turbos. Just get something that really look like one of the old school rally cars. I mean, I think people who aren't even in the RC hobby would just want one. There's loads of people that love rally, and to me that is just a selling point to make a fortune is rally cars. Rally is like, it's not televised a lot, but the rally fan base is gigantic. In general, people who like RC like motorsport, and to me, the two make sense. Get a good rally car out there. I mean, the only really cool looking rally car I think there is it MCD, the big huge petrol one. That's really a nice looking car, but obviously it's on the gigantic side. Ford RS 200. Yeah, I've got a little Tamiya one of them that I've made. It originally started actually as a Renault 5 Turbo that I got. It was a little small front wheel drive chassis, and the body on it broke. So what I've done is I've got the VRS 200 shell for it. I can't remember who made it. It was only like £15. It was a really cheap shell, but it looks nice. But I messed up. So instead of buying the PS paint, I thought I clicked that in the basket on eBay, but I clicked the TS, which is for like plastics and things like that. It's not for Lexan. So what's happened? It's all flaked off, and I'm going to have to clean it up and redo it again. But that little car, I'm going to get back on the channel again soon. I'm really liking all different kinds of stuff just now, not just purely bashing or crawling. I don't know what it is. I'm going kind of crazy. We just switching between what I'm doing in the hobby. I love every part of it, to be honest. I buy a Manta, yeah. The Manta is one of my favourite cars. That was a nice looking car. But yeah, if they made like a rear wheel drive, because for example, I think obviously Swedish guy, you're a Team Corrali fan, so you've got like the 2-wheel drive platforms, like the Mammoth, I think it's called, isn't it? You could actually get something like that, shorten it, keep it rear wheel drive, have a sort of just a road car looking shell on it, and it would probably sell a lot more than the Mammoth itself does, because that looks more toyish than a rally car would. So just little tweaks could make a big improvement. Yeah, I wonder how the bed building's going with Lauren. He'll be quiet. If he's like me, building flat pack stuff isn't fun. I really hate doing that. Why haven't Co-Rally got a rally? That's a very good point. Yeah, same possibilities as Stampede. Yeah, that's the exact thing. I think Traxxas have got the I look to try and buy one, but I can't actually find it anywhere in the UK. As obviously you've got the Traxxas Slash, which is one of the staple RC cars that everybody knows about, and they made the Traxxas Rally off the same chassis. So effectively, it's the same car with suspension differences and just small bits. But getting one of them here is really hard. But there's also is it Maverick Strada? I think that's quite a cheap sort of 3S one that's out here as well. But yeah, there should be more rally cars. So that's one thing that I really, really want to see in the hobby. Yeah, everybody should get a Slash, yeah. Cosworth would be cool. Oh, Charlene's getting me excited here. She's talking about Cosworths and stuff. Charlene, I might be coming downstairs to keep that kind of dirty talk up. Your custom RC Sherpin. Is that the shirt? That's the FTX branded one. It's over here. It comes with a light kit. It looks like the Jeep. Is that what the one you're on about, Sergeant J? You've got the Strada RX, but it can't handle the big stuff. What kind of speeds is that getting out that? A Helion Domius 10 short course nitro 2. They release 350 cars. They re-release 350 cars a year, you mean Massmaster. Different shells and the same old nonsense. That's the only thing that annoys me about them as well, about things annoying me in the hobby, is why did Tamiya or however, I'm going to figure out the proper way to say this, but why did they keep on bringing out kits for 1990? So they're giving you them, you have to buy the bearing kit separate. Why? Stick the bearings in. Like, just upgrade it. Just get like your ESC and your motor, just upgrade it to something a little bit better, a little more with the times. Because there's a big, huge fan base that you guys have got for nostalgic reasons. But in this day and age, the cars are just, they're so plasticky and behind the times. I mean, if they brought out a really good kit, I would be the first to go and buy it. But I think they really need to improve it. Because like that CCO2 that I'm talking, I'd like to get to a replica in my own Land Rover. It'll be nice to look at, but it won't be good for actually going out driving. I know that for a fact. Yeah, bushings do suck, yeah. Although, to be fair, on some of my bashers, probably bushings would be better. Less to worry about. 3S about 40S. See 40S is like plenty. If you've got a little track like I'd set up in my little video with the Kronos XTR, you'd be lucky to get to 40 mile an hour. It's not the top speed of your car, it's where you're driving it. But if you've got a big open place, all you want to do is pin it flat out. But if you set up a little track, 40 mile an hour is fast enough for most cars, to be honest with you. Even my big Kraton 8S, I think I could gear that up for probably 60 odd if I really wanted to, but it's only geared up for about 40, 45. It's more than fast enough to have fun and do jumps and things. 2S, too slow. Yeah, that is the thing with 2S. With 2 and 3S, it's 3 and 4S. You don't notice you do notice a huge difference, but 3S doesn't feel slow. 2S is way on the slow side, isn't it? It's like 2 to 3S is like the jump feel like 3 to 6. That's what it feels like in my head. The other one, the Team Associated, it looks like a slash. Team Associated, they've got what's it called? Is it the SC10? SC10. That looks a nice little short course truck as well. And I think I've seen it on Model Sport UK where I buy most of my cars. They had we've got a wee link there to the. I don't know if I can click this link without coming off the live. I can't really want to click this, but hi Ev McCallum, it's my mum, #1 fan. I'm going to click this link, see what happens. So if I disappear, I apologise and I will be straight back. No, actually I can't. It says leave the site, so I'll have to look at that at a later date or on my phone or something. That's my mum and my missus in, guys. That's awesome. So you do a lot of crawling then, Sergeant J? How you like that? Because I've seen a lot of your bashing videos and sort of like gravel, sort of not even bashing, but sort of driving. But you're getting quite into the crawling now as well. Because crawling is, I've always said that, is one of my favourite things in the hobby. It's really relaxing and a lot of good fun. You're not into crawling at all, but this is different to your typical crawling. Yeah, I'll really need to get. I don't know how I can actually get a look at that without disappearing. So, if you give me a little second. Right, this is weird. I'm on another page where I can see myself live. Often. Let's look just now. Bring this up. Hopefully I'm still on the screen. Oh, yeah. That is cool. That's not at all what I thought it was. Right, I'm with Sergeant J now. He's not on about the Sherp, the FTX Sherp. He's on about the actual Russian Sherp with the gigantic wheels. So it's got basically no suspension. It can kind of be semi-amphibious and go off-road. It's got 4. So if it was this truck here, it's just like the big body, obviously the big cab, and the wheels are gigantic with inside the cab, and they've got big paddles. Yeah, that's not your average crawling. That is pretty cool, man. Where did you pick that one up from then? Is that chat still working there? Hoping I've not messed this up by going to another page. Yeah, that's what I did. I put it up in our window. Yeah, it's a box with wheels, yeah. Custom RC Russia. makes them to order. I think is it Willamich or however you say his name. I think he done a couple of videos with that car, didn't he? He's a huge channel that does a lot of crawling videos. I think he's got like some like 3 million odd subscribers or something. They're pricey. Yeah, it's pricey, but you're getting something that's unique and kind of special, so you can justify a pricey RC at that. Whereas if you put an EXP badge on something, you can't really justify the prices of that. So I totally think that's a good thing you're going for. It's well under 1k. What motor's in it then? Is it brushed? Is it brushless? What's it running? Do you know? Kurt's RC, how you doing? Let's pump back at you, bro. Yeah, as a game, we've got a good few people have been in today as well. Thank you for coming over again. We'll keep doing this as much as you want me to keep on doing these lives. A brush motor on each wheel. Yeah, that would make. I suppose it'd have to be because it's turning pretty much like a tank, isn't it? So yeah. Let's see what we've got there. Char getting all the love again. I don't think this live would even work without Char, to be honest with you. She's a legend. Here's I'm liking the Rift. Yeah, I'm absolutely loving the Rift, to be honest with you. I ain't seen you drinking that coffee. I know I keep forgetting. Because I'm still trying to get used to doing these lives. So basically, I'm trying to look at the screen, keep myself talking, read what's going on, think of what to do, forget about my coffee at times. Yeah, RC Sparks. Yeah, that still blows my mind, the fact that RC Sparks was on. I mean, I followed him since before I done a channel. I've always watched his stuff, and it's weird to think watching him that my first live he came on, and he was here spending time with us. That was really cool. That was quite special to me, to be honest with you. He's a good guy, Aaron. Like, and I've actually got to watch. He's got a video today. I think it's his final one in his YouTube Gold series that he's doing just now for this year. So I'll probably watch that one tonight in bed. But yeah, it was great to have him on. Great to have everybody on though. I'm not here just for famous names or anything. Every single person that turns up, I'm so happy. You ever think somebody was winding you up? If I didn't have the proper brand logo, I really would have thought that. Yeah, good old lads digging. Yeah, I'll need to watch that one. I seen it before I was coming on the live. It was on. I've got it obviously on my channels I watch. So yeah, can't wait to watch it as well, Charlene. Yeah, his videos are great. I like the way he does things as well. I mean, he's big enough. What I really respect about that guy is he's huge. He's got like nearly 4 million subscribers. He's obviously making a lot of money on YouTube, but you can tell he doesn't do it because he's making money. He's like us. He loves the hobby. The fact that he's coming on a tiny channel like mine as well, chatting about RC and stuff, like he's passionate about it. So that makes it even better to watch. When you see him excited about a car, you know that feeling because that's what you get too. Like when you take your car out, it's just you've got that same he's one of the guys doing what he loves to do stuff. And that's why I try and watch as many of your videos as I can. A lot of the times, notifications, even though I've got the bell on, they don't seem to come up. And I've noticed even with family members and friends, when I put videos up, they've said they've not had my notifications sometimes. So there's a little issues that way, but I do try and keep on top of watching as many of you guys' videos as I can, because it's good seeing people enjoying what you enjoy. There's no better thing. My son watches it. My son can handle the language. I just fast forward on a few jokes. Yeah, he's went a bit more in the language just recently. I've noticed that. It's kind of, I think he's just at the stage now where he just does what he wants to do, which is fair enough. But yeah, well, who was I asking about the Rift there? Yeah, Kurt, I'm really loving the Rift, to be honest with you. It surprised me, because the only reason I bought it wasn't so much because I wanted a rock bouncer. It was purely because I wanted to build a kit, and I liked the look of the kit. And if I got the SCX-10-3, I've already got 3 or 4 crawlers, and it was just going to be kind of the same thing. So I just thought it was something a bit unique. And yeah, it's had a little bit of diff issues. I noticed today when I was out, the diffs are fine, they're still working, but there was a little slippage again. So the only thing I really want to do here is I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to put a front and a rear locker in it, or as somebody suggested before, just JB Weld or something. But I'll probably put lockers in, that way I can change it again. And I'm going to have it all locked, because it's not a track car, it's top heavy, it'll tip when you turn fast anyway, and it's really just for doing big climbs. So locking the front and the back diff on it, it should be absolutely perfect. The only thing I never done with it was put the inset body in it, because I didn't think the drivers looked too scaly. They looked a bit too small to me for the car. So obviously I'm rocking my daughter's little Anna doll, whose hair I had to shampoo in the shower because there was so much mud in it. So when I was in the shower with my bald head here, I'm shampooing a doll's head. So if you get that image in your head, me standing in the shower, a little doll shampooing its head, that's kind of creepy, isn't it? Don't know, I even told you guys that. But yeah, the Rift, it's really fun. It's just something different. It looks like a fun car. Lock the diffs and sway bar at the back. Yeah, the kit's got the sway bar at the back, so that's one thing with the RTR version, didn't come with that. And if you watch videos on it, it's twisting all the time. All you ever see is it going like this all the time with the power, whereas with the sway bar at the back makes a gigantic difference on this car for sure. Too much information. Yeah, it probably was too much information, me playing with dolls in the shower, but yeah, it is what it is. He made chicken porn. Yeah, we were having a dinner, we were watching the RC Sparks, and they were doing some wee chicken segment. We were all eating it, close-ups and like 70s music and stuff, and yeah, Charlene was a little bit creeped out, I think. Should have, yeah, that would stop the torque twist for sure. Yeah, it probably should have had that. What makes it look cool is the torque twist. It does look a little bit cool, but it makes it uncontrollable. That's why I run it on 3S, not 4, because the car really, it can't handle the power that it's kind of supposedly designed for. 3S is definitely the sweet spot for it. Shampooing the doll's hair, it most certainly needed it. Smells great as well. Oh, that's funny. That was good fun today. Yeah, torque twist isn't fun to drive on any car, to be honest with you. I like my cars to be stable and planted. Sergeant J gonna laugh at me there as well. You've put a truck body on the bomber. Yeah, barbecue. To be fair, I've got to catch up with some of your videos, but I will say, barbecue's got a lot of very impressive car kits that he's built, custom things that he's done. He's got very nice stuff. So any guys, I imagine you're all following him and seen him, but definitely check out his channel. as always, check out each other's channels as well, because that's another thing we do in lives. It's not all about my channel, it's about everybody who likes the same stuff. We're all talking together, so have a click on each other, see what you're all doing, and subscribe. That's a good way to work it in the hobby for sure. So, Swedish guy, then, do you know when this new Corrali is getting released? How soon that is? You've got chat but no picture. Hopefully, the picture's still here for you guys. Is the picture still here? You beat the crap out of your creating and your Outcast 8S. Yeah, I had the same. I had the diff issue with my creating 8S. To be fair, it done pretty well. It's lasted a long time without really any maintenance. But I see you fine, Paul. That's good, my man. Yeah, maybe you've got a little issue there, Lauren. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully you'll get that sorted. Yeah, that's good, Charlene. Yeah, tagging Bobby Q's channel. That's good. That's what I like to see. Thank you. Yeah, because literally, if we all keep watching each other's stuff, that helps us all out, and it makes you see things you want too. So, for example, me talking about this, or the DR8, sorry, DR10, or like for example my Kronos XTR, you get to see them, what other people have got, what they think of it, and same with other car models. It's good seeing what people have got and what they're doing with their stuff. Yeah, I seen the way you were sending a couple of, especially the Outcast. I was pretty impressed with the beating that was actually getting. What do you prefer, Sergeant J? The Outcast 8S or the Kraton? I got the Kraton before the Outcast was released, but I still think I'd have went for the Kraton because of the longer wheelbase. But at the same time, the shorter wheelbase on the Outcast looks good fun as well. But I really do like a handling car over a car that's more sort of crazy. I do like stability and sort of my bashers, to be fair. But I don't really, as much as I do, you'll see in some of my videos, I do big jumps. I never really set out to do huge sends that I don't think I can land, because I really like to try and keep things just semi-scale, where if I've got like an up ramp there, I'm not just going to jump onto a flat. I like to look for somewhere where I've got a landing point to come down and just kind of look after the cars. What's he saying that we've got? You prefer the crate and how it drives and jumps? Yeah, the Kraton is quite predictable. That is one thing I like it. Sean's RC, how you doing? Yeah, Sean's RC, he's been a subscriber of mine for a long time, since the very start, pretty much. He's right into crawlers too. He's a good channel as well. Sergeant J's channel, yeah. We'll need to. You want to learn to drive first before jumping? Gaz is finally here, but Gaz knows I would destroy him on a track with a car. I'm like a driving god compared to Gaz FPV. You know what? I'm going to be nice to Gaz as well, Sharp. Give Gaz's page a little share as well if you can do that for us. I'd appreciate that. And Sean, just anybody, just literally all click on each other's pages and subscribe to yourselves. That's a really good way to do things here. I think Gaz had his what do you call it? Tracks of Summit out today. Gaz has never been missed. Not even Gaz's family would miss Gaz. I don't know why you're saying that, Shirley. Yep, Gaz is throwing down the challenge. I really need to get down and meet up with Gaz in that one time. I was going to do it before, but with COVID and stuff, I couldn't get down. We were actually going to go as a family down to Blackpool, and I think we're going to meet at Blackpool at one point. But yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd like to teach Gaz a lesson or two about how to drive. I mean, he can go 6 or 8S, I'll go 3S, and I'll still beat him. He knows this. Having my boy finish the last nut, so I'm back. That's funny. Yeah, Gazzy's channel is. Thanks for doing that, Shar, for everybody putting the channels up. So, like I say, we're doing it on my channel, these lives, but that's the whole goal, is just for all of us that watch each other's stuff to just basically interact more. It's how the hobby should be. So, what crawlers you been up to today then, Sean? Have you been out anything recently? Got 15 people in as well now. That's good to see. Started to buy vintage RC. Got a Thunder Tiger. Nice. Where did you pick that up, Faye? Even old school names like Thunder Tiger, like Clockbuster, all these older cars, they were cool names like Unbuilt in Box. That's good. Gaz has got a sub there as well. That's brilliant. It's good as well for doing this. Was my third live chat I've done, and keep on seeing the same people coming back as well. So I really like that, because we're all getting to have a good bit of chat and see what's going on. You got to go now, Daza. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you very much. On your way with your son to a Slipknot concert tonight. Nice. I used to love Slipknot. Slipknot were good. Like, I was listening to The Devil and I a couple of days ago in my van at work. I love that song. Cool eyes, man. Thank you. Yeah, Swedish guy, that's great. So thanks to Charlene for linking everything, because I'm not very good at this. I'm trying to do this, but when it comes to the live setup, I can make and edit a video no problem and do it in one time. But doing a live, I'm not very good with this yet. I need to figure it out. I see a lot of people use things like StreamYard and OBS, but I'm just keeping it basic and simple with YouTube's own thing just now. So I've got a lot to learn with it, but yeah, we will get there. Yeah, Sean got his mask on. That's what we'd like to know. That was a good music period with Slipknot and Korn and all these things. I like the times. You need the missus. The problem is she won't come on the camera. I'm trying to get her to come on. All these guys are talking to her. You all want to see her, but Charlene's just very shy of the camera for some reason. No worries, Sergeant J. Thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate you coming in. And also about talking about the hop-ups and parts, which we probably should have delved into a bit more about aftermarket parts and what's worth it and what isn't. Because there is a lot of things out there that are just purely, in my opinion, a waste of money. Yeah, stay safe for sure. Yeah, most channels do that. That's what she's trying to do downstairs with all the tagging and things. But I really personally want her to come on camera just at least one time, just to get a little chat with us. But I don't know if I'll get my way with that. Sean, you're going to hate it. Don't get hurt in the mosh pit with bad hip. see what else we've got there. Yeah, Scale Builders Guild's good. I like them, yeah. And Harley does, yeah, that's the guy that does the Scale News Update, isn't it? I quite like watching that as well. Well, that actually brings me on to a different topic here. Speaking of Scale News Update, as I was telling you about my little track, and hopefully you've watched the video. I had the Kronos XTR absolutely tearing that thing up. That I want to take my Habeo Hyper GT onto the track, and I've been running it on Hoons for a little while. What's on the message came up there? I've been running it on Hoons for a while, and what I've got, I don't even know where I got them from because I've never had one. Is I've got D-boot Sidewinder tyres, which are basically the same as are on, like for example, an Outcast, but they're smaller scale. So I don't know if it's all a 4S Outcast or something, but the two that I've got fit absolutely perfect, and the wheel arches of the Habeo Hyper GT, and the treads on them are pure rally tread. So I need to get another two of them to stop running the Hoons. So on off-road, I've got nice off-road tyres, because the problem with the Habeo arches is I don't want to cut them, and that's the only tyre that I've got that I've found that fits perfectly in there. So they're like 1.9 size D-boots, and I don't even know what car I got them off or how they turned up. That's why my son is coming. He can wash the pit for me. I think the last time I done that was Limp Bizkit in Glasgow, and I had Godsmack there as well. That was the first time I'd heard them. They were actually really good. I like Godsmack actually. They're a very good band. It only feels like. How about some 2.8 wheels? I think they're just a touch too big. I think I'll need to next time I'm on, or I'll do a little separate video. I'll show you the ones I've got. But they're literally, probably, to be fair, they're probably about the same, exact same size as, what are these on this? So you can see what size these are. 2.2. Yeah, they must be about 2.2 tyres that they are. Obviously, they've got a bigger wheel, and they've got a sort of thinner sort of edge than we have in these drag tyres. But I need to find another pair of them, because that would really do the Hyper GT a lot of good. Look at Lewis RC short course truck wheels. I will do that, definitely, for sure. Charlene tagging more pages. I don't think Master's actually got any videos on his page for some reason. Son tells me I have to try to check that. I'm playing a game a second, be right back. Better not be Candy Crush, or you can't come back. Master loves new subscribers. I think we all do, to be fair. That's one thing I've noticed in my subscribers is I had a spell where they were shooting up and my views were going absolutely crazy. Then it all died off, and I think in the last couple of weeks it seemed to be picking up again. But I don't know if it's just weather or what it's to do with, but yeah, the subscriber thing on YouTube, it's something you can't really, there's nothing you can do about. You either get them or you don't. It's, if you ask Christ when you order off them, you might be able to order stuff from the same time as them. Yeah, that's something I might have a look into actually. Just actually not long ago registered to the Crowley site for that. I'm definitely planning to get a few bits when I get paid, but because of changing jobs, so obviously I've made my video about why I changed jobs, because I was working for pretty rubbish company, to be honest with you. I didn't like it. As I kind of like watch my money with changing over jobs to, well, not watch my money, but I don't like going like buy crazy amounts of RC stuff till I've kind of been in my new job for a little while. So I'll need to top up some parts and stuff. So I noticed Crowley as well on their page. What I've been looking at, as much as I look at their cars and things I love, as I see they've got a lot of like servos and batteries and things. I'm really quite interested in trying their batteries because what they seem to be selling, like here we go, I was talking about good batteries and how the Gens Ace ones I think are overrated. As this Central one I got, that's kind of it's a big milliamp battery, but Corrali's got ones that are really good milliamp battery, but they're about half as thick. So that's things like your buggies, like the Radix and stuff. It's really hard to run them 6S or even 4S without the body little getting lifted up with normal batteries because there's really not a lot of play and space in them. And the same as with this axial rift. This is another little downside of the rift, is I do like to run it on 3S, but you can see if I put 4S in this, let's do a standard 4S 5500 pack. Look at that. Well, I clicked some button on my mouse. What's going on? Sorry. What have I done? Look just now. Yeah, it's got so screaming all blue. I think I hit the wheel off the mouse, but you can't fit it in. So getting slimline 4S packs is something that I want to get, and I think I'm going to try the Corrali batteries for sure. I've got a few of their lipos, and they are quality too. Always puts a smile on my face when you get a new sub. I'm on the chance for 100. I remember when I got my first 100 sub, I was blown away. Couldn't actually believe it. I still get like that now, even when I get up to the next 10s or things like that. You do it. It's kind of addictive getting subs. It's not even like an ego thing or anything like that. But when you see people are subscribed when you put a video out, you're a couple of subs to the right, you wake up and you're like, yes, I've got an extra subscriber. I do enjoy that. But now I'm kind of hovering quite close to the 1500 mark, and yeah, I'd like to get to that hopefully by the end of the year. But like I say, it's unpredictable. You can't push it. It's nothing. There's nothing you can do. It's literally people subscribe or they don't. Think about 90 or 80 or 90% of my statistics of views are non-subscribers. But a lot of people, like for example, even my kids, when they watch YouTube, they've actually not got YouTube accounts to subscribe. They're just kind of going on and watching things. So not everybody's got it. Just buy your subs. Lots of people do it. No thanks, guys. I don't see the point in buying subs. That's a topic that we could talk about for hours. I really don't get. Why would you buy subs or views? Because if I do this, a video I've done today or this live, and I've got 5 people watching my videos, I'm happy enough because I've made a video I enjoyed doing and 5 people have taken time to watch it. Whether it's 5 or 5,000, but if I went on the internet, went to some obscure site, paid for 5,000 views, who am I kidding other than myself? Everybody's going to know that. You can tell it's pretty silly. Nah, I won't. People watch the vids and won't make vids for bots. What's Charlene's in there? You can lose your channel. Yeah, I thought you could lose your channel too for that. If you actually done that with subs. I've never understood it though, because as much as I wanted to get up to 1,000, there was not one day before I got to 1,000 I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go in my bank and I'm going to pay whatever it is to get that number. It's got to come organically. It's got to come from people enjoying what you do or not enjoying what you do, whatever. If you get up to, like say I'm nearly at 1,500, I'm very proud knowing that I've earned the fact that people have took the time to watch what I've done and it's built up. Whereas if you make that a false number, it's just cheating yourself, and it's kind of on the pathetic side, I think, personally. Great channel, Pharaoh. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. There we go, another subscriber, guys. That's very good. Thank you. This is so insightful. Cleopatra, Pharaoh. King of the Moderators sounds good. Yeah, that's it. It's a hobby, not your life. Yeah, if you became like RC Sparks, which is a 1 in a million chance, well done to you. But like I say, I do this because I love the hobby. You guys do it because you love the hobby. So why go making somebody money just to get you false views that people aren't going to see your false views anyway because nobody's watching your channel. So if you buy 4,000 fake views and you've got 2 subscribers that are real, only 2 people are going to see your 4,000 fake views. So it's not helping you in any way. It's really stupid. I will post a video if I reach 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, we all want to see a video. 1,000 subscribers with no videos, that would be an impressive goal. Hello, Cal's RC, how you doing? What's your favourite car just now, Master? Since we didn't see any videos of what you're doing. I know because I watch him going up all the time, loads of subs, not many comments, not many views. It's very easy to see the ones what cheat. Yeah, you could see the ones what cheat, imagine that, yeah. Can you have my subs that I'll put Master over 1,000? Yeah, that's something we need to do. We all need to push Master to do a video for sure. Kel's RC video up, nice. Putting the channels up there again, Charlie, thank you. What else is going on? What would you guys say is your worst RC right now? Or the one you're least interested in out of the sort of new things coming out? Did your diff go out on the crating again? The diff's actually not went out on the crating again. The only issue I had with it was the little E-clip that holds basically the back bearing in. I took it out on the last video I done. I noticed it pinged off and the little bearing came out. But I just put a new E-clip on it and checked it. That's all absolutely fine. Your worst is the Kyosho USA 1. You'll definitely do a video. They do crack. I'll need to keep an eye out for that, to be fair. That's something I've never noticed. Just like this name. What's that? You haven't got any bad cars? What's your favourite on the other than the DR8 then, Gaz? Happened to you twice. I've actually been very lucky with my K&, obviously the back bearings went on it over time, but so far I've never really bodies. Obviously, I bought that supposedly unbreakable Proline body, which broke when like the third time having it out. But body on it and bearings, all I've had so far. You what, guys? What's your favourite car just now, other than the DR8 that you always go on about? No bad for you. Break, fix, keep bashing. Yeah, bashing. You're going to break stuff. That is very true. Check what time it is there, guys. All your cars have been good, so you don't have problems really. Yeah, buy it, break it, and fix it. It's all fun. That's very true. It's just frustrating sometimes when you have silly little breaks and stuff. You like the dirt video with Axel? Yeah, thanks. That was a fun one to make for sure. Like I really did enjoy that one. Yeah, I need to get this car out again soon. Do something a bit different with it. But I'm probably going to clean it all up, a bit more cleaning on it. Then what I'm going to do is get all WD-40'd and stuff. I might strip it down again, and that's Shirley coming up. What did I delete? Did I delete somebody? No, I didn't mean that. Sorry guys, 2 seconds. I just thought something I forgot. Yeah. Aye. So we chat with Shirley just about, I don't know, I mean, I'm happy I have new people on the channel, but some of them I'm not. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of chat ones in here to me that just don't seem quite right. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. But what we're going to do is we're going to probably finish up soon too, because I was up early for the boxing this morning. I don't think you guys watched that. That was a cracking fight. I'm getting a little bit tired now, so I'm probably going to call this live off fairly soon, and we'll get you're off to watch Gold. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do too. I'm going to finish this up just now, and what we'll do is we'll get another one on maybe next Sunday if you guys want. We'll get a wee chat going, and yeah, thanks for coming by, guys. But it's a school night for me, working tomorrow, I'm afraid, and yeah, probably cut this one off just now. So thanks again for you all coming and watching as usual. Really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun, and I don't know, this one here is annoying me. Yeah, I think we've got a couple of clowns in here, guys, which isn't why I'm stopping, but yeah, I'm going to get these ones blocked. I don't know if that's something that sometimes happens on lives or that, but some of the names, just looking at them thinking, there's something not legit here, even with the way the comments are coming. I don't know if they're bots or what it is, but yeah, don't want any of that crap on this. This is just literally for RC stuff. So, leaving it on that note, I'm going to finish up anyway, get a few things done, watch some TV and stuff before work. And thanks for coming, guys. We'll cut this off, and yeah, glad you all subscribe to each other's channels, everybody who's done it as well. So, see you guys in the next one. Yeah, guys, I just did it. So it's not bothering me. It's not why I'm stopping. I wanted to get an earlier finish on this one today, but yeah, you're always going to get them. So I'll catch you guys later, and I'll see you in the next live. Paul out. Bye. Well, see, I'm out trying to end the stream.